So Africans are asking Ramaphosa if he is selling Africa for the second time to Emmanuel Macron because of the awkward position that both of them were seen during the G20 summit in South Africa. Yes, I'm going to show you that as well, so that you tell me what you think they were talking about. They were so much in love. Yeah, I love you, my brother. Thank you so much. Like, what was Macron appreciating Ramaphosa for? I'm going to leave that to you as well. And then we'll talk about who is bringing weapons to Africa. I keep saying in here that Africa does not produce ammunition. Africa does not produce weapons of mass destruction. Africa does not produce what we see all these terrorists, what do you call them, using in the Sahel, all their ammunition, what they are using in the Sahel, in West African countries and other North African countries. These are not from Africa. So where are they coming from? Who is funding them? Sometimes we don't ask this question, but these are important questions that we need to be asking ourselves. Who is bringing weapons to Africa? Because Africa does not produce weapons. Welcome back, my kings and queens, your majesties. Trust you and yours are well, and you're loving yourself and others like always. Many thanks to all of you for the support you give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members, to our anonymous supporters, to all of you my esteemed subscribers. You're loved, celebrated, and of course appreciated. If you have not subscribed to this channel, do well by hitting the subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up and share to your friends and families. So let's delve right into our discussion of today. There was a particular situation or position, rather, that the president of South Africa and the president of France was seen in, and is drawing some little attention on the internet. And Africans are asking, Ramaphosa, I hope you've not sold this to this man. Why is he thanking you so much? Why is he holding you like this? What have you done? Let's listen to that.
That promotes value addition in resources, supports local beneficiation, and ensures that communities are not left behind. As we advance to green and digital transition, we must ensure that progress is not technological improvement. This will hold the anchor that makes this year inclusive. This will hold the foundation of inclusive development, ensuring that every person has the opportunity to contribute and share in the nation.
Oh, before we proceed, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But do you see how humble Emmanuel Macron was? Do you think that Macron will be this so humble, calculated, if he's not asking for something that is so important? And you see how grateful he was after the discussion. So what promises has Ramaphosa, given to Emmanuel Macron that he was so grateful, and he even had to kiss Ramaphosa for? What do you think they had a discussion about? So this is what is drawing attention. And Africans are like, remember the past. Don't make the same mistake, Ramaphosa. Something is smelling here. Something is fishy. What's going on? Why this discussion? Why the handshake so much? The brotherly exchange of handshake and kisses. What is going on with Ramaphosa and Emmanuel Macron? And this is not a joke. See, this is how they start. This is how they start. I don't know the assurance that Ramaphosa have given to Macron, but this has to do, I believe this has to do with something that he's truly wishing for, and it's like his wishes came true. Remember, there have been a lot of pushback from West African countries when it comes to France, and France is doing everything possible to come back to the continent, okay? And even to the point where they can give bicycles as offering of love to countries in Africa. What an insult. This is the same man that 4 bicycles came out of. He saw Gabon and felt like, okay, Gabon, we're going to give you 4 bicycles in solidarity, okay, to show that we are with you. According to the information that is to strengthen bilateral relationship, Emmanuel Macron gave 4 bicycles to the Gabonese people. What a shame, what a disgrace. Even though I was saying here that those bicycles, beware of those bicycles. Those bicycles can do a lot of destruction to the continent. It can do what a fighter jets cannot do, because there's no way that 4 bicycles just come into Gabon and it's going to be so official. Like they took pictures with those bicycles. They appreciated the gift of those 4 bicycles so much. Oh, my people, Africans, I don't know. But he knows that there have been a lot of pushback lately when it comes to the relationship between France and Africa. And Macron is doing everything possible to keep the hold he has on countries he knows he have hold on and to create new relationship. And that is why seeing him in this way with the president of South Africa, it shows that there is something that this man wants. And that is why he could go to this kind of position with this South African president. And for him to do this, it shows how desperate the European bodies have become when it comes to Africa. They are shameless when it comes to Africa and its resources right now because they know that Africans are not tolerating the nonsense anymore. And I believe this is part of the pretense to act like I'm so humble. I'm going down on my knee before you, like whispering something to your ears and acting in a way that, okay, I'm in dire need. Please help me, brother. Please help me, brother. Anyway, let's listen to this one.
Well, I'd like to give you some facts. I served on the Boko Haram committee, and villagers kept telling us that in the middle of the night, helicopters piloted by white people kept landing and offloading guns, goods, and money to these people. Now, villagers they don't even know who these white people are. And they have no reason to lie to us. Now, we made a mistake. When I said some of us on the Boko Haram committee made a mistake. We thought it was the French. Now we have an American congressman said, no, it was the Americans who were doing this. When you then add that to the Obama administration refusing to sell weapons, to Nigeria, on the grounds that we had human rights violations in the way we were dealing with Boko Haram, not in the way we were dealing with ordinary Nigerians where there were no security issues. Then we got a plane that was going to go and buy weapons in South Africa. Someone tipped off the South Africans. It wasn't a Nigerian who tipped off the South Africans. Who tipped off the South Africans?
Television news program says that Turkey is clearly a terrorist state with a broad reach. It reports that Turkey is supplying weapons to the terrorist group Boko Haram in Nigeria. 10 TV host Nashat Al-Delhi reported on a leak confirming an intercepted phone call from a few years back confirming the action. He reported in part, today's leak confirms without a doubt that Erdogan, his state, his government, and his party are transferring weapons from Turkey to, this is a shock, to where you may ask, to Nigeria. And to whom? To the Boko Haram organization. Well, Raymond Ibrahim, a journalism fellow at the David Horowitz Freedom Center and an expert on the Middle East and Islam, joins us now with more on this. Welcome, Raymond.
Hello, Heather.
Are you surprised by this report? What's your take on it?
No, I'm not surprised. And my take on it is that the actual tape that was made that you referenced and you quoted was made apparently in 2014 or 15. And it was reported widely in certain areas in the U.S. and in the West, not so much, and not much came out of it. And the reason, I think, is because Erdogan wasn't didn't have his fingers so much in Islamist politics outside of his own nation. But now that we've seen, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, the ISIS Islamic State caliph who was killed recently, and he was found just 3 miles from the Turkish border, which is in fact one of the last, or if not the last bastion of jihadi so-called freedom fighters of attacking the Syrian government. It's brought it up again, the fact that everyone is saying, well, look, he's supporting ISIS. So now we're remembering, and that was, I think, the point of the Egyptian show, we're bringing back to see that there's some continuity here. It's not just right next door to Syria, to Turkey, meaning Syria. He's involved with some of the absolute worst Islamic terror groups. Remember, Boko Haram, which its name loosely means Western education is forbidden, Haram, was basically doing what ISIS is notorious for years before ISIS. So the whole, head chopping, crucifying, massacres, enslaving women and children, burning people alive, Boko Haram was doing that. And one of the things that international observers have been noticing, especially increasingly, is that their armaments, their weapons, are very sophisticated.
Are you aware that we are sending $40 million a week to the Taliban?
Yes, sir.
Can you name other instances of foreign aid going to terrorist organizations?
We have assisted al-Shabaab in Somalia. There's been instances of the Hamzi network in Sudan, Hamas, Islamic Jihad, Hezbollah, Kataib al-Hezbollah, Hayat Tahrir al-Shams in Syria. Dozens of terror organizations have received indirect assistance from U.S. foreign aid.
What kind of people will wake up in the morning to go and make weapons to kill other people? Are you okay? You come to Africa, you dig up the whole place and live mining dumps, poisoning rivers with cyanide, only to bring the gold and put it in a warehouse somewhere here you call a vault. Come to Africa, you kill animals, only to collect the horns and leaving the meat to rot on the ground. Are you okay? And then when they see us putting on skins like this, they want to look like they're conservationists. No, you can't be putting on animal skins, but you're sitting on a leather chair with leather shoes, with a leather belt, with a leather car. Are you okay in your head? What kind of hypocrisy is that? You pollute the whole world with carbon. Then you come around and say, please, let's do some green energy. Shut your industries up if you're talking about green energy. You have lied to us for too long. And the honeymoon of lies is over.
Your Majesties, these are truths. These are facts that cannot be overemphasized. And I keep saying it here over and over again that all the ammunition that are being used by terrorist groups in Africa are not made in Africa. They were brought in. And if they are not made in Africa, they are brought in from somewhere. That is to say, these people are the ones sponsoring. Why should you be selling ammunition? If you truly love Africa, if you truly do not want African Christians to be unalived, why are you selling ammunition to terrorist groups? Because these ammunitions, they're not getting it for free, right? They buy them from you, they pay you, you give it to them. You have a company that produces weapons to go and kill people. If you truly love Africa, you want Africa to progress, why are you selling ammunition to terrorist groups? There are a lot of times that, they've accused the American government of getting involved because of traces. Some of this ammunition are made in the USA. Some of these helmets used by this terrorist group are made in the USA. So they bought these things from America. And we also heard the congressman who has said that they fund this terrorist group. So apart from giving aid, monetary aid to this terrorist group, they give them, things to come and unalive Africans as well. So if the US government truly wants to stop to, terrorist issues, insurgencies in the continent of Africa, they only need to put a stop to supplying of weapons. Okay? They only need to put a stop to selling weapons to terrorist groups in Africa. And there's going to be a stop in all these things that happen. If they do not have the ammunition, how do you think they're going to come out to begin to unalive people? They unalive people with the ammunition that they have. They unalive people with what they have. They have their trust, their hope in the particular machines they are using to unalive people. So the moment they stop getting those things, they're going to back off. They're going to back off because they know that, okay, their end has come. So if you keep supplying weapons to terrorists and then you say you want to come and help fight terrorists, then something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. And I just pray that Africans understand this, that these same people are the ones that are selling these ammunitions to these terrorist groups that are coming to unalive them. I don't know when Africans will wake up, but it's unfortunate. Anyway, what do you think about this? Leave your thoughts and opinion there at the section. I'm going to see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others. Stay safe, stay positive, always, Your Majesties. Bye for now.